So in this video I just wanted to discuss the cameras that I use for my event photography. I've always had two cameras. I have two Canon 5D Mark IIIs. So I had a leather strap, one of these fandangle things you can, sometimes I have, everyone has them. Had one of these straps on, and I had a 5D Mark III, and then I'd probably have either 24-70 on one camera, so I've got this range that I can use for anything, and then I might have a prime on the other body, and usually the prime would end up being a 50mm 1.2. I had the Sigma 1.4, which was a beautifully sharp lens, so that gave me the versatility. I could get a wide shot and zoom in if I needed to with the 24-70, and then get the really beautiful sharp, shell depth of focus shots with the 1.4. For many years I resisted switching to mirrorless. I know the R6 came out, then the R6 Mark II, the R5, but for my event photography and also my studio work, the 5D Mark III was plenty. Eventually I gave it a shot. I upgraded. The cameras, one of the cameras was, some of the buttons were starting to wear out and getting old, and I thought, look, it's time to upgrade. So I upgraded to the R6 Mark II. I think it was just almost a month or two after it was released, and I grabbed it. After a bit of time getting used to the settings and its autofocus, because it's quite different in how you use it compared to the old digital SLRs. Digital SLRs you always have on the single focus. You would never use II servo. It wasn't as reliable. Whereas with these mirrorless, you just switch it to II servo and forget. And that's what it felt like. With the 5D Mark III, a brilliant camera, but I found that so often when I got back to the computer, occasionally I find that critical image that I needed just wasn't focused, just didn't hit that critical focus. So, which taught me to take that extra shot. So if I knew I had an important image to capture, rather than just taking that one shot, I'd take 2 or 3 extra ones just to make sure that I had at least one in focus. And I did that all the time with the 5D Mark IIIs. I got used to it. But with the R6 Mark II, that none of that was necessary, because it nailed focus every single time. Nailed the eyes, got the face, it found it. Sometimes I just didn't even have to worry about, I just had it on all screen tracking anywhere, and it would just pick a face. And most of the time when I'm shooting, candids of the crowd and the people, and I just want to be able to focus on someone, grab someone, and then didn't matter who it was. And usually it'll grab the person that's in the middle or close to the front, which works fine. So for me, the R6 Mark II was a game changer in terms of focusing. I no longer had to worry or stress about, was it 100% focus. I knew that every single time I went out with confidence, I would get 99% of the shots in focus. So for a while I had the R6 Mark II on my right side as my main lens, and I had the 50mm, Sigma 50mm 1.4 on that. Then I had the 24-70 on my 5D Mark III. Eventually I decided to upgrade both bodies to mirrorless. And it made sense to go with another R6 Mark II, to have two. But I didn't want to have two of the exact same cameras. I do a lot of portraits during the day and during the day as well. So I thought, look, I'll give the R5 a shot. Having that extra megapixels and resolution for portrait work would be great. And I can also use it with the other camera for my event work. And that's what I did. So I got the R5, which I absolutely love. I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous camera. For a long time I thought I couldn't get used to the ergonomics of the mirrorless Canons. I was just so used to the old, where is it? To my old R5. Actually no, this is my old 5D Mark I. Okay, this is my Mark I. I love this camera. That's still my 5D Mark I. But here we go. are my 5D Mark IIIs. So a little button's broken on the top there. Probably don't see if it's in focus. Is it focusing there? There we go, broken button. So yeah, 5D Mark III, R5. Yeah, that's... So I thought I couldn't get used to the ergonomics, but I did. I mean, Canon has done an amazing job with the mirrorless cameras with their ergonomics. So I'm quite happy with it. I mean, they're not as horrible as some of the other brands and their ergonomics. So eventually what I did is that the R5 was perfect for my portrait work. The extra megapixels and the resolution is fantastic if I want to crop, if I want to, you know, deliver really high res pictures. But at the same time, for my event work, most of the photos I deliver to clients are all 24 megapixels. So my R6 is fine. In fact, my R6 is on the tripod now, filming now, so can't show you at the moment. Now, the R6 Mark II was fine at 24 megapixels, perfect. But having the R5 at a higher megapixel, what is it, 45, I can't remember, 45 megapixel. So I have the R5 on my right side attached with the 50mm 1.4, and on my left side I have the R6 Mark II with the 35 1.8, the RF 35 1.8 onto the R6. Now, most people would have two cameras if they go two primes. I do have a 24-70, but I don't like the 24-70, I'd rather go primes. So most people have either 35 and 85 or a 28, maybe an 85 mil. What I've used a 28. I do have a 28, which is really nice, but I don't find I need that wide angle that often. Whereas 35, I use a lot more often, and it works great for what I need. So I've got the 35 that stays on my R6 for most of the time, R6 Mark II. Then on my R5, I have the 50mm 1.4. Now, because of the megapixels on this, I can quite easily, if I want to, I can quite easily crop in to the photos and effectively have like a 70mm. So I essentially have, when I'm delivering 24 megapixel, I essentially have a 50 to 70mm, you know, zoom camera 1.4. Yes, I know comparing zooms and focal lengths and compression, things change, but you know, essentially that's what it is. I can have that extra zoom and reach when I need to. So if I take a photo and I want to isolate 2 or 3 people that are out of the group, I can quite easily crop a lot out of that, you know, R5 photo and still deliver 24 megapixel camera. So that's why for me it's, you know, the R5 has ended up being a perfect complement to my R6 Mark II, particularly for event photography. That way all I need to carry is, you know, if my straps, I carry my 35 on my left side, my 50mm 1.4 on my right side. I have a little pouch that I attach to, so it's a little pouch here that I attach to my belt, and in here I will have my 35 1.2 EF, beautifully amazing sharp lens, so it complements my Sigma 1.4 really well, and I use this because it's just it's the sharpness and also the images it gives me are quite different to anything else. They're different to, you know, short of having a 70 to 200 attached to my lens. You know, you can't compare it to a 24 to 70 shot as well. So the isolation and the images that I get from this are amazing. So particularly at receptions or anywhere else where I'd want to stand out and get a nice, I love to get the really nice, intimate, candid portraits of some of the guests, and I can get them really nice and close. The background's blown out, and that lens does it for me. Occasionally, very dark churches, I'll bring the 85 1.2. This is the F as well. Obviously, it has its faults, but still amazing images that, you know, again create that difference. And these days, with how accurate the focusing is on mirrorless cameras, you can shoot everything wide open. You can shoot everything at 1.2, and there's no problem whatsoever. So I love that setup, that I can essentially have 2 cameras, 2 bodies, and a third one attached to my belt for that extra reach that I needed. And 50mm on my R5 is perfect, because I find so often in post I do a lot of straightening up, I do a lot of cropping to recompose my images, just to get that, you know, you see the image differently when it's on the computer. So yeah, so that's it for now, I think. Hopefully you found that quite interesting in how I set up my cameras for event photography. And till the next one, thank you.